So most data analysts don't lose jobs because they're bad at SQL. They lose jobs because they are replaceable. So if you want to be better than 99% of data analysts, it almost has nothing to do with learning more tools. Let me explain. So I've worked in tech for 8 years. I've been in interviews with data analysts, and I've definitely worked with some amazing ones and a lot of just straight up average data analysts. And the pattern is always the same. The top 1% don't do more, they just do things differently. So here's how you actually separate yourself. The first thing, and kind of the thing that I see all the time, is stop being tool obsessed. Honestly, I just think that is a insecurity or a cover up that you really just don't know what you're doing. What that signals to me is you don't know how to solve the actual problem at hand, so you just stack tools in order to make yourself look as though you could solve a problem. So what most analysts kind of think this path looks like is you learn SQL, you learn Python, you learn Tableau, you learn DBT, you learn everything, and you just continue to learn because they think that that shows that you're competent. But the analysts who actually stand out don't just collect tools, they collect context. So let me give you a little example and breakdown of what I mean. I'd rather be working with an analyst who deeply understands one business problem than someone who has 5 BI tools under the belt but can't explain why a number changed. So this is the next thing. Learn to ask better questions. 99% of data analysts really just wait for instructions on what to do. Top analysts ask uncomfortable questions like, what decision is this supposed to actually influence? What happens if this number is wrong? Who will be using this dashboard? This is my thing. If you don't understand the decision, what sense does the analysis even make? Right? If there's no reason for doing this analysis or any business question that we're trying to solve here, why are we doing it in the first place? These are the questions that you need to ask. And this alone can put you above most people or most data analysts on the same team or in the same room. So this is a thing that a lot of beginners really get messed up. They think that Python is the way to go. I see this all the time. I'm learning Python because I want to get into data analytics, and they completely forget about SQL. You need to master SQL and not just know it. If I were to give advice on what skill to know to a really deep degree, it's going to be SQL. So this is the thing though. Most analysts can write basic SQL. The top percent though, the top 1%, they can compare rows over time, build running metrics in SQL, handle messy edge cases, and explain why the query actually works. So things like window functions, CTEs, subqueries, not just because they're fancy, but because they make your analysis cleaner and more accurate. So if SQL feels like it's done for you, you probably haven't gone deep enough. No diddy. So the next thing is going to be thinking in stories, not in charts. I see this all the time where analysts will just simply read off of the chart that they made, and this is not the way to go. This is not the way to stand out because a lot of analysts do this. And this is the thing, most dashboards don't fail because the data is wrong. They fail because nobody knows what they're supposed to do with the data that's on them. Great analysts don't say things like, here's the data or here's the dashboard. They say things like, here's why it changed, and here's what I would suggest or recommend, or here's what I would do next. Executives don't want charts. They want actionable insights and confidence. So the next thing is the 99% don't actually own the outcomes of their analysis. Let me explain what I mean. Average analysts really just deliver reports and dashboards, and that's pretty much it. Top analysts actually own those results. So they follow up. They check if the decisions that they recommended actually worked. They notice different metrics that just stop making sense, and they're able to explain why. And that's how you stop being just the data person or the analytics person and actually start being a partner in a vital part of every decision a business is making. So here's the part that nobody wants to hear. You don't become a top 1% analyst by just grinding tutorials. You become a top 1 analyst by taking responsibility, learning the actual business, communicating clearly, and even being wrong, and then being able to fix it. This isn't flashy by any means, but this is what the truth is, and this is what really works. So this is the end of the video. Love, peace, and chicken grease. I'm out.